Good morning, Petunia Preschool. Hello. It's time for circle time. It's time for circle time. Please find a place to sit or stand or jump. It's time for circle time.
You forgot to say Jesse and David signing in.
Jesse and David are signing in. Woohoo! David's coming. Can you hear his voice? He just woke up and he did something so nice for me. He made my bed and he made it so nice. All right, you guys want to see how nice David made my bed. There's my naughty cat and naughty dog and cute dog. Also naughty. My naughty cat will try to sneak in my room. Look at how nice David made my bed. Let's open the curtains here. Oh, see, look. Naughty cat. When did that even happen? When did he get in my room? Ugh. Oh my goodness. So frustrating. Anybody want a free cat? Free bad cat? Oh, that was so nice of David. There's Cringy. Hi, Cringy. All right, I'll take you guys with me to get the books. Here's the books. They're hiding. I started recording a video this morning. Oh, they're all gone. See all those in my yard right there? All of this. These are all mushrooms. I bet David will wanna pick those. He loves mushrooms. All right, let's get settled in here. All right, it is Thursday, and but you might not be watching it on Thursday, right? I hope you guys are having a good week so far. I miss you. I've been getting Tracy. Hi, Tracy. I saw a cute picture of you at the Peninsula Park or something. You look so cute, and I miss you so much. And it was nice to see your smiling face, and I miss your smiling face. I've been trying to think of some different fun things to do for these videos. I love reading the books. I loved when we did the Show Me, Tell Me week. So I'm trying to brainstorm. Remember how I talk sometimes about putting my thinking cap on? Also singing songs. And I haven't really sung songs on our videos because I sing better when I have my backup band. You guys and Mandy. And when I'm by myself, sometimes David is like, oh, stop singing. But we should probably sing some songs. Do you remember the springtime song that we sing? Should we sing it? I looked out the window and what did I see? Popcorn popping on the apricot tree. Spring has brought me such a nice surprise. Blossoms popping right before my eyes. I can take a handful and make a treat. A popcorn ball that will smell so sweet. It wasn't really so, but it seemed to be. Popcorn popping on the apricot tree. So popcorn popping on the apricot tree. Does popcorn really pop on the tree? No, but the blossoms sometimes pop and can look like popcorn. Now, I always think that our persimmon tree kind of looks like that, but do you guys remember what I call the persimmon tree? The poopy diaper tree, because the persimmon tree, when it is blossomed, stinks like poop. Do you guys want me to tell you a story? Long time ago, when we bought that house that we turned into a preschool, we had to knock down walls and turn it into a school and paint it fun colors. But when we first bought the house, every time I was in the backyard, I was smelling poop. And I thought, oh, something is wrong. And I kept telling Zach, something is wrong. I smell poop. I think the sewer, you know what the sewer is? So when you poop in the toilet and you flush the toilet and it goes down the pipes, I don't really know that much about it. But I thought the pipes, Cringer. I thought the pipes must be leaking. And so we actually had hired somebody to come in. It's called a sewer scope. And they put like a camera, like a long camera down to make sure, there wasn't, because sometimes roots of trees or something down there can actually break the pipes and then you really are smelling poop. But it was fine. And then the guy actually told us, you have a lot of fruit trees back here and that can smell like poop. And I thought, oh, and sure enough, every year, and sometimes when we have visitors come, I see them going, I'm like, it's not one of our kids, it's the fruit trees. My neighbor who lives right across the street from me, he has several fruit trees too, and not a persimmon, but he's got fig like we do, and grapes and some other fruit trees. And his yard also can smell like poop when you go back there sometimes. Now that I know what it is and it's not poop, it doesn't bother me as much, but I really did not like that smell at first. You guys, my coffee is cold. All right, here's our show me tell me list. It's Thursday. It would have been Marty, Vesper, James, and Robbie. Guys, I had a dream that I was at preschool yesterday, or last night, that we were just at preschool, and it felt so good just to be back at school. All right, let's read a book here before. Have we read the 101 Dalmatians? I can't remember. Oh, look at my bad cat trying to break out. Oh my goodness. We read Jungle Book. You guys, I'm starting to forget what we read, and I don't have them. Schopenhauer. Should I just let him out? Let's go let him out. He's not an outside cat, but he busts his way outside every single day, breaks all my window screens. Here, look. Bad cat. Here, you're gonna go outside, And I'll show you. We'll see how many minutes it takes until he's begging to come back in. There you go. Bye. He'll be begging to come back in. You know what, guys? I saw so Jesse's weather report, I saw that we might have a thunderstorm. Do you guys remember, some of you were at school that day, the day that we were at school, and I think Mandy was telling stories, and she was telling, Ranger, she was telling the story about when we got locked out of my house when there was a thunderstorm and I was babysitting. And then we had a real thunderstorm when we were at school. It was rest time and it was just so magical and fun. That was cool. But today I see that there are thunderstorms in the forecast. Whether we get them, we don't know. But how cool would that be if we actually get a thunderstorm? All right. Let's read. Here's one of my favorites. I don't think we read this one yet. Have we? I feel like I'm starting to read. Have I read them all? No, we read DuckTales, right? We read this one. See, I need you guys. I'm gonna have to start getting grabbing different books. And we haven't read this one, right? We read the one where they saved Penny from the orphanage, but I think this one's different, right? Yeah, this one's different. So we have these two to read. Which one should I read? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Does that mean this one? Or does that mean this one? I'm going to read this one because I really like it. I hear David coming. Alright, here's Zach and David, so I'll wait a second.
It's a good job to talk to people. Oh, hello. Talking to people is kind of a good job, except that I know you would like that job, but you don't always get to talk about the things you want to talk. You would prefer to talk.
Maybe you should let David run your meetings.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
Dee,
wanna
you look
take
so
over my job
cute.
for a
Look
while?
at this cute child. Show them. Ooh. Maybe you should read a book. No, I haven't even read it.
Once upon a time, there was Donald Duck and the chipmunks with the cave at the end.
With a cave? A tree cave? Oh, cringy. Thank you. Whoa, there's stuff in there.
Only one thing, which
Here,
is
hold-
here. I'll give you
Hold
a
up this
preview.
guy. What's he called again?
I'll give you a preview of what's inside.
He looks similar to that guy. What's this guy called again?
It's-
Shark Tales?
Shark Tank? No.
What's he called?
I
Street Shark?
Street Shark. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
the
right.
Hammerhead Street Shark.
Street Shark.
And this is also the Hammerhead Street Shark. They're both the same guy.
Oh, that's why they look similar. They're actually the same guy.
But they're made from a different mold.
Yeah. All right, let me read. Let me read.
No.
No. DuckTales. Or Donald Duck buys a house.
Buys a house?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you see buys a house? Oh, I saw the cartoon of this.
Did you?
The episode of this. Yeah, it's actually Chip and Dale's where they used to live, and they try to scare them out.
It was a beautiful summer day. Donald was driving in the country. He passed by an old empty house. All of a sudden, Donald stopped. A sign was nailed to the fence. Did that sign say, "For sale"? Yes, it did. I like how it's kind of looks like it needs to be fixed up. That's kind of how the preschool was when we bought it. It really needed to be fixed up. You know, the cubby room?
Fixed it up?
Yep, where the doors were. It was an old broken garage door that wouldn't even open or close. It was kind of just in the middle. In the garage, the cubby room was a creepy, dirty. We
was creepy?
put walls and nice ceiling in there. Yeah, it was run down. But it's not anymore. Now it's just sad and lonely. Misses its children. Printer. Donald Duck backed up the car and got out. He peered in a window. The house was very old. It needed lots of work. Peer to peers to look. He peered in the window. But Donald could just see it now. He was lying in a hammock. Daisy was bringing lemonade. The boys were playing in the yard. What a life it would be. In a flash, Donald was back in his car, heading for town. He's got a vision. Kind of like we did when we got to preschool. I had a vision.
You know what my vision was? When I saw this guy?
You were in my belly.
No, my vision was when I saw this guy.
What?
Daddy, buy that for me right now!
About being a ham bone. Donald?
I'm not a ham bone.
The biggest ham.
I'm not a baby.
Donald told Huey, Dewey, and Louie all about the house, and then he called the owner. All right, Dee, listen, honey. Before Donald knew it, he had bought the house. Well, boys, soon we will spend our holidays there, Donald said. May we go see the house now, Uncle Donald? Asked the boys. No, Donald said. First I have to fix it up. Nobody's lived there for a long time. I'll show you guys who's in my lap right now. All right, it's been there for a long time. I can't do. We need Grady. Grady can do Donald Duck. All right, I'll just show you who's in my lap. But oh, it went away. So, oh, that was good, David. So Donald bought the house, and he said, "You guys can see it after I fix it up." But Donald was wrong. Somebody was living there. 2 chipmunks, Chip and Dale, had made a nest in one of the rooms downstairs.
Can I just have the rest of this?
Yeah. We should put cereal on the shopping list. The chipmunks were gathering food for the winter. They had put nuts in an old tree, and now they were busy bringing the nuts into the house. One time, was it here? One time we heard,
Stop just stopping the story to say things. You can say it at the end. Tell your stories at the end.
oh, the kids like it when I'm thinking, because what's bringing this memory to my head is that these 2 chipmunks are building a house inside. One time we kept hearing noises in our attic, and it was kind of creepy, and it was squirrels. And squirrels were we had a little hole that we didn't know about. I had seen, did I see a squirrel go in there, or did I see a bird? Because we did have birds in there once, and a bird made a nest in there, and we're gonna have somebody come and close the hole. And I said, no, let's wait until summer, because one thing I learned is that birds build nests not to live in, but to lay eggs and raise their babies. And then once the babies go, then they go. And that's why you sometimes find an empty nest, because they just use it for that. So I said, let's wait until the babies grow up, let them live in our attic.
It's only their home when they're laying.
Yeah, when they're just taking care of their babies. And we waited until the birds flew out. But there were squirrels, was it squirrels? That were getting into our attic, and they sounded kind of big. It was creepy. And so we had somebody come, and they were putting live traps. So that means they weren't gonna hurt the squirrels. They were gonna capture the squirrels. But then we had to call somebody if we heard, because he said, you'll know if you catch a squirrel because you'll hear lots of banging, because the squirrel will kind of get scared and bang around in there. But he took out, they had made a little house, and he took out everything that they had used to make a little house. And there were no babies or anything in there. And he put the live trap in there before filling the hole. I don't know why he did that. But that happened when Zach was going out of town. I think it was last summer. And Zach goes in the summertime, and he teaches kids to play music. It was last summer, but no squirrels actually got stuck in it. Yeah, you were here. But
I didn't know people came.
Yep, they went right up there into the attic.
No fair. I've always wanted to go in the attic, but you always say, it's just all junky and we don't even know if it's safe. What if we fall through them?
I don't think I've said that. I don't think there's anything up there. It's not junky or anything. It's just empty because we don't want to go up there.
I want to go up there.
All right. Now they were busy bringing nuts into their house.
Maybe we could buy a chair and put it up there, and we could bring my TV up there. And that's where my
Make you a little loft apartment, maybe someday. All right, the next day, Donald got ready to work on his new house. He loaded up his car and off he drove. Look at the stuff he's taking with him. A croquet set, an umbrella. Looks like he's gonna get cozy. When Donald got to the house, Chip and Dale were running out a window. Donald did not see the chipmunks, and they did not see him. Donald lugged his ladder and paint into the front hall. He opened up the paint can. Now he was ready to begin. Then Donald saw the chipmunks' mess. Oh boy, he said, I got a lot of work to do. I'll get started right away. And you've seen all those leaves and acorns.
Right away.
Don't choke on your cereal trying to do Donald Duck.
That was a good one, though.
That was a good one. He swept the leaves away and nuts and threw them. He swept the leaves and nuts and threw them away. He did not know that he had swept away the chipmunk's home. Donald cleared away the cobwebs, and finally he was ready to paint. He painted the windows, and when he was done, Donald went to bed. My, was he tired. Soon after, Chip and Dale came home. Where did our nest go? Cried Chip. It was here when we left. The chipmunks jumped to the floor. They knocked over the can of yellow paint. Where did this paint come from? Asked Dale. Cringer. All at once, they heard a noise coming from upstairs. Someone is here, said Dale. Let's go look.
Donald.
Cringer. As they ran upstairs, they knocked over a can of blue paint. They left a trail of tiny footprints. The strange noise was growing louder. Very slowly, Chip and Dale opened the door. There was Donald snoring. Oh, look who wants to come in now. Come on, said Dale. We must get out of here before he wakes up. And off they raced. Cringer, back up. Sorry, David's letting the cat in. Chip and Dale ran to the nearest nut tree. It had a hole.
Go, David.
David.
Go. Go.
Cringer, come on.
Go.
David, stop, honey.
Go.
Come on, Snopes. All right, he'll be ready to go back out.
No.
David, James Domer. Don't do that. David, stop.
I want to bite
But you can't,
Snoopy's
he's not
head.
going to bite Snoopy's head.
Go
Right,
to
Chip.
bed.
Oh, David. Chip and Dale ran to the nearest nut tree. It had a hole with leaves and nuts inside. I miss our old home, Dale said sadly. This will have to do for now, said Chip. All night long, the chipmunks sat eating nuts and throwing the shells onto the roof below. I hope that duck goes away soon so we can have our old house back, said Dale. What might that sound like inside? Yeah. Last night it was raining so hard and I could just hear rain pouring through the gutters and it sounded really cool, but also I was thinking, uh-oh, I hope
This is what it sounds like.
nothing is flooding. Yeah, that might be what it sounds like.
Maybe like more light. Maybe like this. Like,
Speaking
this
of
is what it
flooding,
sounds- this is what it sounds like.
you guys want to hear something? David, come sit down. That happened in Michigan where me and Mandy were born. My cousin Joe lives in a town called Midland, and they have a big lake there. And will you put your spoon over there? And the lake it's called a dam, and the dam kept the water inside the lake. And the dam broke, and all of the water from the lake, all of it, came out and flooded the town. And it's really sad and terrible for the people in the town. My cousin's house was safe.
And we saw a car that might have had people.
I don't think it did. I haven't heard about it because people, since they knew that they were worried that the dam was going to break, so I think they got people out. I know of somebody who had her house, like there was 9 feet of water. Like that's taller than me and taller than your mom's and dad's. That's a lot of water come into their house.
Taller than a basketball player.
Yeah. Tall, really
Taller than
tall.
a
But now,
basketball hoop.
yes, but now I saw pictures of people who lived on the lake. So they had lake houses and they all had docks and boats and stuff, and there's no water left, completely empty, just sand. The fish even flew out, I guess, because I didn't see any fish laying there.
What?
How
The
crazy.
fish went in the dam. Went down. with the
That means
car.
they're swimming around in the downtown Midland.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know.
Remember how it was going down? Like it was like going like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the car and the boat was
I
from.
mean, yeah, I don't know. Actually, two
Where was
dams
that?
broke.
Where was that?
What do you mean?
Where went like that, but then it went down. Like
Well, it went into the town.
where did it go?
To the town.
It just fell into the town.
Well, it came out of the lake and then rolled down into the. It was like emptying a bathtub, but it was a big lake. I forget what the lake was called.
Oh, so I think fish went down there.
And they're swimming around the town. I don't know. I don't really know how that works. All right, so we started talking about floods because I heard all the rain last night, but
I don't know.
no, just leave them. Chip and Dale.
Are you
Oh my gosh, my cat's trying to get out. Chip and Dale were eating nuts and dropping their shells on the roof. Ping, ping, ping. Donald woke up. What was that noise?
Go to bed.
Shh, David, please don't yell. If you want to tell the dog to go to
Oh
bed.
my god!
What?
Okay.
All the mushrooms?
Yeah, I'm taking a picture of that and sending that to Sam.
Well, eat your cereal first. They'll still be there. I told you, David just saw the mushrooms. I knew he'd be really excited. Donald sat up. Was it a ghost?
No, I
Or
hadn't
maybe
charged my
there were
tablet.
robbers in the house. You weren't charging your tablet all night? Yeah. Donald hid under the covers. The sound went on, and he did not get a wink of sleep that night. The next morning, Donald came downstairs. He was tired and grumpy. Sometimes when you don't get enough sleep, you feel grumpy. That happens to everybody, even grown-ups. What a mess he saw! There was paint and small footprints everywhere. I see he had blue paint and he had yellow paint. If the chipmunks ran through the blue paint and then the yellow paint, what color footprints would there be? Do you know? What color do you make when you mix blue and yellow? You know what it is? Green. Does that happen in the story? I don't know. We'll find out. I think I have a plan, said Donald to himself. First, he sawed a hole in a broken floorboard. Then he put an empty bag with a long string into the hole. Then Donald covered the hole with a scarf. Next, Donald took a bag of nuts. He left a trail of nuts from the trap to the windowsill. He's trying to trap them.
Look at the picture I took.
Let me see. Then charge your tablet so you have it after school.
Look at this picture.
You want to show everybody?
Isn't that cool?
David took a picture of all the mushrooms.
Wait, can I take the phone out there and be like, look at this?
Oh, no. Not
And
right
show
now.
them?
Not
Okay.
right.
And
Will you go try
this is
some?
how big they were.
Whoa. Look at that big mushroom. That's pretty cool. It was not long before Chip and Dale spotted the nuts. Wait, go plug that in. They followed the trail of nuts to the scarf. Then, all at once, down they fell into the bag. That mean duck, cried Chip. He set this trap. Well, I know a way to get out, said Dale, and he showed Chip how to chew through the bag. Soon, the chipmunks were free, and off they raced. They chewed right through. Yeah, a cloth bag is not going to keep chipmunks in. Not for long, at least. Donald soon found an empty bag, and he was really mad. I will get those chipmunks if it's the last thing I do, Donald cried. Donald got a box. He got a bell, some string, and a stick, and he built a bigger and better trap. Donald sat down to wait for the chipmunks, but Donald was very tired, and soon he fell fast asleep. Remember, Donald didn't get very much sleep, so he felt tired after that work. A little while later, the chipmunks spotted the nuts under the box. I bet it's a trap, said Dale. If we are careful, we can get the nuts, said Chip. The chipmunks ran down the tree, but a porcupine came along just then. He scared Chip and Dale away. The porcupine saw the nuts too. He grabbed for them. The stick fell over and down came the box. Ring, ring, went the bell. Wow, said Dale. It really is a trap. So he got something else in the trap, not the chipmunks.
He's gonna be like, ha, I got you, and grab it, and
Have you guys ever saw a porcupine?
I remember this part.
There's a big porcupine at the zoo. Remember that porcupine? He is cool, or she. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy porcupine, but it's so cool.
So big.
Where I lived, where me and Mandy lived when we were younger, there were porcupines, and I never came across one. I was always scared. I always thought that porcupines would shoot quills at you.
No, they just pop them up.
They don't. Well, they have them on their tail, and they whap with their tail.
As they pop their quills up, Wait, did you know that hedgehogs actually don't use their quills? Hedgehogs can't put their quills up. They're just always like
hedgehogs,
this.
I'm not scared of hedgehogs. I mean, if I saw
Hedgehogs
one
are
walking,
so cute.
they are so cute. There's a hedgehog at the zoo too.
I've held it before.
Yeah.
Oh, I want a hedgehog for a pet now. I want a pet hedgehog.
You don't even clean Larry's cage.
Well, it's because Larry isn't my pet.
Well, he is right now. You don't even. You're anyway. Porcupines. So I never saw one. I never just came across a porcupine when I lived in Michigan. Thank goodness. But my dogs, I had several dogs, and they
Have you
would
guys got
go
porcupines?
out. Huh? Cringer has not.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't.
Remember one time you stepped on a porcupine quill when we were on a walk?
No, that wasn't a porcupine quill. That was just some like stick or something. But yeah, one of those. There's pokey thorns or something.
It was like a yeah, it was.
But it wasn't a quill.
Yeah, it was a quill, and you stepped on it and it hurt me.
Anyway, that my dogs sometimes would come back and they would have tons of porcupine quills, and my dad would have to pull them out. And porcupine quills, I learned something, is that once they go in, if you don't take them out, they'll keep moving in. So if an animal gets a porcupine quill in their foot and it doesn't come out, it can actually cause big trouble because it will keep moving slowly in. And it's really painful when you pull them out because there's little barbs. Like, I can't explain it, but
Yeah.
you do not want to
And there's like barbs.
you
that
do not
go
want to
up.
get a porcupine quill.
They're
but if you
kind of
leave them
it's kind of
alone-
like hooks on the side. Of
Yeah,
the-
like little barbs. All right. So, who went in the trap? Porcupine. The bell woke Donald up, and he jumped out of his seat. He ran to the box. Oh boy, now I've got you, he shouted happily.
I knew it.
Who does he think's in there? Chip and Dale. Donald lifted the box just a little bit. Come out, you miserable chipmunks, he said. Oh, don't do that, honey. The porcupine leaped out of the box and knocked Donald down. Ouch! Donald was covered with quills. I've had it, Donald shouted. I'm leaving. That would really hurt, I think.
He's leaving the house.
Yeah, maybe he's like, I'm giving up. Soon Donald packed and was ready to go. Just then, a car drove up. Out stepped Daisy, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and they were carrying sleeping bags and lots of food. Donald, where are you going? Asked Daisy. We've come to visit. You can stay, but I'm leaving, said Donald. He pointed to the tree. Those chipmunks have been living in the house. They make a terrible mess, and they keep me up all night. Look, the chipmunks were here before you, Daisy said to Donald. This was their home. You chased them out. Why don't you build them another home instead? That's an idea, said Donald. We'll help, said Huey, Dewey, and Louie. The boys and Donald got tools and wood. They went to work right away. Soon the house looked like a house, and then they painted it blue. Let's put it in the tree, said Dewey. So Huey, Dewey, and Louie, they had an idea. They said, hey, the chipmunks were living here before you bought the house, Uncle Donald, and now they don't have a place to live, and that's why they keep coming in the house. So they brainstormed, and they're making a house. Look how nice that house is.
Dinosaur in my place.
Now everyone was happy. Excuse me. The chipmunks had a new home, and so did Donald. His dream had come true. There was always enough room around here for the chipmunks. Daisy told Donald, you just have to find enough room for them in your heart. The end. Donald Duck cartoons with Huey, Dewey, and Louie and the chipmunks were some of my favorite.
And they always ended with Donald Duck loses.
Oh, there is one cartoon that, old Disney cartoon that was my favorite. It was these two bears, and they had to clean up. I think that they were in a campground, and they went through the trash, and they made it all dirty, and they were told they had to pick up the trash, and they had these bags that they'd put the trash in, and they had these little pokers that they'd poke the trash, and they'd go, let me see if I can get this right, they'd go, take a piece of trash, put it in the bag, bump, bump, and they'd bump their bare booties together. Take a piece of trash, put it in the bag, bump, bump. And that was my favorite. We should look that up today. David, I have to get to tell you something. Here, bring that over really quick because this is a really long video. But I want to tell you something. Guess what we're going to do tonight? Something special. We are going to camp out on the futon, you and me.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Survivor. Roseanne. Snuggle. What, David? What do we do when David and I when David and I snuggle? We take super glue and we put super glue here and super glue here, and we go like this, and we snuggle so hard that we get super glued together. All right, Dee, show your
Wait, I want to show my eyelid popping. I can pop my eyelids and put them.
No, don't do it.
Isn't that weird?
Yes. So this is. David got this.
I have like no eyebrows.
There's a really cool toy store called Dr. Tongue's.
It's called Dr. Tongue's. I had that.
Close to the preschool.
It's called Dr. Tongue's. I had that. It's not just called Dr. Tongue's. It's called Dr. Tongue's. I had that.
Okay. Dr. Tongue's. I had that. This is a toy called a Street Shark, and it is.
And it's old.
It's old.
Give it to me.
This one wasn't David's daddy's, but
Give it to me. Give it to me. Will you give it to me?
look at its muscles.
Will you give it to me?
Yes.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
it's stuck in my hand.
So,
This is a Street Shark muscle.
I did not get that from. I got that from Brandon.
Oh, that's cool. My friend
I also got
Brandon.
some other street sharks
Hey!
muscles.
I'm a shark and I walk on the street.
No, that's not.
All right, quickly, you
They-
guys
they
sign
just-
out.
Also, I got this and I saw it up on a shelf. It was like high up on a shelf because I didn't want kids just messing around with it. I saw it and I was like, I want that so much. And Daddy was like, oh, it's probably gonna be too much money. And so I was like, will you at least ask Dr. Tongue? And so he was like, all right. And Dr. Tongue said, it's $6.55.
That's it?
Yes. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's probably because of like this thing right there.
Because it's been played with. It's not in mint condition.
Well,
David got it for his
because it
birthday.
was probably laying like this all the
Yeah.
time. And so like right there and right there.
Every year for his birthday, he goes with his daddy to Dr. Tongue's and goes on a little shopping spree before he comes to the hotel and goes swimming. I wish we were doing that right now.
And what happened was he got
Time to sign out.
He was like, all right, we'll get it. And that's why it doesn't hurt to ask.
That's right. Doesn't hurt to ask.
If you ever see something that you want that your parents say, oh, it's probably too much money, tell them to at least ask how much money it is. Take a piece of Josh.
All right.
Put it in.
I hope you guys all have a wonderful Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow, and it's a long weekend.
David signing out.